Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
A breaking news alert happening right now. A bar and restaurant in central Minnesota is opening up for dine-in customers, defying an order issued by the governor. Shady's Hometown Tavern and Event Center in Albany says it's opening right now. The bar owner says he has been contacted by the Minnesota Attorney General, who says the state will fine the bar $25,000 for opening up. The Attorney General says the bar owner is putting people's health at risk. The owner decided to then start a GoFundMe page to help cover lawyer fees and says he plans on taking this fight all the way to the Supreme Court. Since he started it, the GoFundMe has raised $192,000. The bar owner has since posted on Facebook saying he won't pocket any of the money. He will use it to pay for lawyers and then help other small businesses if money is left over. Stay with Valley News Live throughout the day as we follow what happens to the bar. And we have new information on coronavirus in the region. The state of Minnesota is now reporting 16,372 positive cases, an increase of 705 from the day before. However, the death toll increased by 9, bringing that total to 731. Most of those cases are in nursing homes or long-term care facilities. 10,762 people are listed as recovered. In North Dakota, health officials are reporting 31 more confirmed cases and another death linked to the virus. The latest victim was a woman in her 90s from Ramsey County. The death toll now sits at 44. There have been 1,931 confirmed cases in the state. 1,219 have since recovered from the illness, meaning there are 712 active cases. Now taking that live look outside on this Monday afternoon, blue skies, sunny. It has that beautiful summer feeling out there, even if you do maybe have to use a little extra hairspray. But for what we can expect, let's head on over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yes, that wind will be the one caveat you're going to have to put up with here today, but it's otherwise gorgeous. Blue sky, as Jordan mentioned. We've got temperatures that are really soaring. We're already into the 70s. In Fargo and in Grand Forks, we're at 72 degrees right now. In the Fergus Falls area, 68, a couple more clouds there. Bemidji's at 69 and Devil's Lake at 65. But yes, there is some wind. It's already getting going. It picked up in a hurry this morning, and now we've got some gusts as high as 35 miles per hour in Langdon. We're looking at 32 in Wadena. That wind either out of the east or southeast for most areas here for today. So some breezy conditions and generally clear. We've got clouds around the Red River Valley, but we're all looking pretty good here now at this point in time to start off our afternoon. So looking good, feeling good. Here's a look at our planner. We may need to raise that high temperature for today. So far, we've been looking at those temperatures rising pretty quickly, and we'll get into those 70s in more places as we head into the afternoon. We'll talk more about that and how warm we'll get for the rest of the week, too, coming up in just a few minutes.
I'm looking forward to that warm up. Thank you, Lisa. New at noon, the Fargo Police Department is warning the public of a high-risk sex offender now living on the north side. 67-year-old David Ashenko is living at 1225 8th Street North. That's 2 blocks away from Roosevelt Elementary. He was convicted of having more than 2,000 images of child porn on his devices. Ashenko is a lifetime registrant. Also new at noon, a Moorhead man is facing criminal sexual conduct charges for having sex with an underage girl. Court documents say 19-year-old Matthew Romero had sex with a 14-year-old and afterwards told her not to tell anyone because he would get in trouble. If convicted, Romero faces up to 30 years in prison. 700 soldiers from the Minnesota National Guard will soon be going overseas as part of Operation Enduring Freedom. The 135th Infantry will be going to the Horn of Africa this summer. These soldiers are originally from all around the region, including hometowns of Grand Forks, Fargo, and Brainerd, to name just a few. The soldiers are expected back in the States in the spring of 2021. A B-52 bomber from the Minot Air Force Base is taking off a little later today for a mission to honor frontline workers. The plane is scheduled to fly over the Sanford Hospital in Fargo around 2:15 and then head north to Grand Forks to Buzz Altru Hospital around 2:30. The B-52 is also flying over hospitals in Bismarck and Minot. The Fargo Police Department is warning the public about an alleged mountain lion that was spotted in the city. The department says it has received a couple of calls of a mountain lion around Lemke Park off of 32nd Avenue South. Police were not able to find the animal. Game and Fish has since been notified. Police in northern Minnesota are looking for a missing 13-year-old. Megan Barney was last seen near Hillcrest Manor Mobile Home Park in Bemidji yesterday around 4 in the afternoon. They believe she may still be in the Bemidji area, but she also has family in the Cloquet area as well. Seven canine teams from Colorado, Montana, and Wyoming are in South Dakota right now searching for 9-year-old Serenity Denard. She was last seen in February of 2019 after running away from a youth home near Rapid City. The search changed from a rescue to a recovery effort not long after Serenity went missing. Authorities say she likely wouldn't have survived if she went outside in sub-zero temps. The canine teams will be in South Dakota through tomorrow. There is some possible encouraging news on a coronavirus vaccine. Drug maker Moderna says early data from a small clinical trial shows people given the potential vaccine developed antibodies against the virus. According to the biotech company, the data is only from the first 8 participants in the trial. The experimental vaccine appeared to be safe and well tolerated. In an earlier study, the potential vaccine stopped the virus from replicating in the lungs of mice. Moderna says it hopes to start a phase 3 trial in July. A critical section of the nation's economic engine is returning to work today with new safety protocols in place. It comes as states continue to ease restrictions. Elise Preston reports.
As the big 3 major automakers, Fiat, Chrysler, GM, and Ford, reopened their plants Monday, workers had mixed reactions.
It's like we storming the beach on Normandy. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back here, do what we got to do.
The other half of the company is coming back on the 15th of June. Why can't we all come back on the 15th of June?
At Ford, workers will be required to wear face shields and safety goggles, among other precautions. In Texas, reopening plans are moving ahead, even as the state reported its highest single-day increase of more than 1,800 cases Saturday. 700 of those were tied to increased testing at meatpacking plants. In Florida, gyms and other businesses are now allowed to operate at 50% capacity. Business owners say it's time.
We launched a really great pickup and delivery program that, helped us get through the first couple of months. Those sorts of efforts eventually kind of run out of steam.
On Saturday, Florida saw its biggest jump in daily cases in more than 3 weeks. And as testing becomes more widely available, a new report by the Washington Post finds the number of people getting tested is falling far short of targets set by experts. Here in New York City, officials announced uninsured New Yorkers can get tested free of charge at more than 100 urgent care locations.
Nice to see you, doctor.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo took a coronavirus test on camera Sunday to encourage others to get tested. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Minnesota is one of those states opening up partially today as well. Meanwhile, New York City is deploying newly trained contact tracers this week to investigate the spread of the virus. 500 tracers are finished with the training, and the goal is to have 1,000 in the field by the end of the month. In our consumer alert this afternoon, say goodbye to Sprint. The mobile carrier merged with T-Mobile last month, and industry publication Fierce Wireless is reporting that T-Mobile plans to retire the Sprint brand as soon as this summer. T-Mobile hasn't given a specific date for dropping the name, but reports are circulating that it will likely happen in early August. Coming up here at noon, when we think of a photo shoot, we generally think of the photographer on location with us. But during this pandemic, that's changing. We'll explain how it's now being done a little later. But next, Lisa Green is in with just how warm we can expect today get and how windy we can expect today to get as well.